Cyclomaniacs. Talk about a blast from the past video game. This was one of my favorites as a kid because not only is it a racing game, which is pretty cool on its own, because I used to play all sorts of, I don't know if I've even talked about this, I used to play all sorts of these bike racing games where you would like do flips and do tricks and stuff, and you know, because as a kid I really liked Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And or Tony Hawk's Underground to be specific, but that it's basically Pro Skater. And the only way to get that Tony Hawk fix while I was at school on the school computers was to play all these like biking and skateboarding games on like Flash websites and stuff. But I also really liked it for the simple fact that it's also an upgrade game. So you also like earn money from doing races to upgrade your bike. And I've talked about this before at least. Upgrade games were my shit. I love upgrading things. I love playing Learn to Fly. I love playing Learn to Fly 2. I love playing Burrito Bison. Was that what it's called? All sorts of games where you know, the main kind of gameplay mechanic is just upgrading what you're capable of. I always thought those games were so much fun as a kid, and I still do. I still really enjoy them. I mean, I think part of the reason I really like modded Skyblock so much is because it's essentially an upgrade game, right? I mean, it functions a lot like an upgrade game in the sense that, yeah, you're supposed to like automate stuff and stuff like that, but you're continually getting better tools to do stuff that you've been doing the entire game, right? So, you know, in some sense, it's similar like that. So yeah, I don't know. I have a very like I have a love for this game. I think it's a very fun game. You can play as Cycle King, who I think is basically supposed to be Elvis. But as a kid, you don't know who any of these guys are, like, even parodies of. Other than, there's a Bruce Lee guy in this game. And I, of course, know about Bruce Lee. But yeah, I don't know, very fun game. IMO, very fun game. I may have fucked up here. I may have... Yeah, I may have fucked it here. So the way the boost works, I think, is when your stunt meter fills, you get the boost. So I was trying to do some sick stunts, but I think I took it too far and ended up, you know, not doing a lot of what I wanted to do there. But here we go. You want to kind of do wheelies a lot, because that's a good way to like stay on the ground so you're still accelerating, but you also get stunt up, so that's pretty good. And actually the depth of this game lies almost entirely in the boost meter and trying to keep that boost meter alive for as long as possible, which is something I kind of forgot about when I was... See, look at how close that was, and despite the fact that I wasted so much time there, and it's all because I was able to get the boost going. I mean, seriously. Like, the boost is pretty essential here. I'm gonna... Well, I need to unlock... To unlock Get Achievement 16, Volcania Up the Mountain. Do I need to go to Volcania then? Okay, well let's play the Outlands. But yeah, I don't know, this game... I always thought it was a lot of fun. I remember seeing someone playing it in the computer lab in my primary school. I mean, that's how far back we're going, right? We had this IT suite, which I think eventually got turned into a classroom because, you know, back when I was like starting primary school, it's like computers, you have to teach kids how to use computers because they're the thing now. Because we're talking like, what, 2007 when I started primary school? 2008? ish, probably when they started showing us computers. You know, it was like, you know, these are an essential part of modern life now. You can't just ignore the computers. But equally, they were not as big of a thing that they were in every classroom all the time. But now you go to the same primary school, or like probably any primary school, or like most primary schools at least. They've got laptops. They've got these netbooks, and they're crap laptops, but they're a normal part of the classroom now. You don't have to go to another room. Like when I was in primary school, we used to go to the IT suite. It was a big event. Oh, we get to go to the IT suite and go on the computers. We get to play like the typing games on the BBC website and stuff like that. Like that's not a thing anymore. They just have the laptops about for when they need them. They don't leave the class anymore. So I think that IT suite actually got turned into a classroom. And yeah, but I remember seeing someone playing this and being like, oh, that game looks awesome, I wonder what it is. And then not knowing for so long. Not knowing for genuinely, probably months. And that's like baby months. That's like months when you're 6 years old are so much longer than months today, right? I might not have been 6, I might have been older than that. I was probably older than that. I don't know when this game came out. Actually, I do, it came out in 2009. So I may have very well been 6, but I was probably older. I remember just thinking like, oh, that game looked really cool, and then just randomly stumbling upon it one day when I was on some website, probably Congregate or I don't know, Miniclip. But yeah, I don't know. Playing this game takes me back to playing all of those like racing, like bike games on my computer at home, on you know, in the computer science lab at primary school. Like it all was part of something, and it all led up to this moment where I can tell you this story, and that's kind of beautiful in a sort of pretentious, silly kind of way. But I don't know. I'm happy to be playing this game again. I feel like it definitely lives up in a bigger way than I thought it did, because I kind of went into this thinking like, yeah, it'll be your like average biking game, but now I'm kind of thinking like, okay, this level kind of sucks. The terrain's really shit. But like now I'm kind of thinking like, imagine this was a multiplayer game and you could like race against people. Like I think the boost mechanic is actually really interesting. In the way that it works, and like I could imagine a game making use of this in a multiplayer to have like a kind of interesting race thing, right? Like I have a newfound appreciation for this game that goes a step deeper than what I initially thought, which was just, yeah, this is a cool game I played when I was a kid. Now I'm kind of thinking, actually, this game kind of rocks. This game's kind of awesome. And it is kind of awesome. It reminds me of playing, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. It's that one game where, I don't know. I feel like I should remember. I'm gonna play it on the channel at some point. It's a mobile game. You go, you drive a car and you can upgrade the car. This game kind of reminds me of it, mainly because there's a moon level. And I remember starting in like primary 6, my parents were too busy to drive me home from school every day. But equally, I lived too far away from the primary school to walk. Or at least, actually, I mean, in primary 6 I probably could have walked. I was not trusted to walk, however. So I used to get a taxi. It was like a thing by the school. There was like 6 people. They got in this taxi and then they dropped us off one at a time. And they dropped me off last because I was the last one to start getting this service from the from the primary school. And even though I lived closer than many of these people, it wasn't really fair to add my time onto the journey when I've only been there for the last like 2 weeks, and they've been there since like primary 1 or whatever. So whatever. I used to spend that time, because by primary 6, I think I had my dad's old Samsung or something. But I remember playing this game, not this game, not the one we're playing. I remember playing this game with the car. And I remember someone telling me, you know, you can go in the moon level. You can go in the moon level, and you can do like, because it's low gravity, you can just go in the corner and do a bunch of flips, and you get a bunch of money. And I was like, oh my god, this is like basically cheating. This is like such a strong exploit in this game. And yeah, I don't know. That's what reminded me of that game, was the fact that there's a moon level in this game too. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Was any thought at all put into these levels, by the way? They totally feel like they just drew lines on a canvas and was like, ah, good enough. That can be a level, why not? But then as soon as you get boost, you just like completely destroy everyone. And the thing is, like, getting boost kind of begets more stunt as well. So boost begets boost begets boost, which is kind of awesome, because like the boost is cool. And we just clean right to the end, I guess. Anyway, I've got enough first places at this point that I kind of feel like I'm the GOAT, so I'll see you all in the next video. That was a pretty fun one. Little blast from the past. Comment down below if you've played this game before. Bye.